He's an old god.
I do have to make an obligatory joke about the robot in the room. 10100111010.
You would say that on live stream?
All I do is say red. All I do is say red rum. Red rum. Red rum.
Lots of red rum today.
I can't wait. I actually have work tomorrow.
Yay!
Yeah, that's exciting. And you get to see your family.
Yeah. I'm nervous about that.
You
And
also
tomorrow's
sound a lot better than you did last week. You don't sound as like Benadrylled.
You're not
Yeah.
dying. That's always plus.
I'm healthier. I'm finally healthier. I don't need to deal with the allergy issue that I was dealing with before, which is nice. And let's be honest, I've had this cough for 10 plus years.
It's a teacher cough. It doesn't go away.
According to my mother, I started having a bad cough when I was like 14. I don't remember that. So it's more like 16 years.
Now it's just a feat.
Basically.
Suspicious
Mom's like,
cough.
You always had that cough. You don't understand. I'm like, okay.
You apparently chose suspicious cough. It confuses all those around you and does nothing for you.
Gives you a -1 to your Constitution saving throw.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage to con saves.
Especially when
I
it's
am an asshole.
No, you're just doing your job.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are we doing noses to see who has to do the message of love tonight?
Nose goes. I'm nosing. Fingers on my nose.
I think I saw Nate put his nose last.
yeah, I think Nate was the last one.
Yeah.
The robot must give the message of
In,
love.
in his defense, we cannot actually see his nose at all, so he never touched it.
Do robots even have noses?
I think that's in our defense.
Curse my design. I do not have nose.
This is the closest thing I could find to artistry
Not this one.
of my character. This is not my art, and also, if this is like official art, I apologize.
I mean, we're not sponsored or anything.
Yeah.
So
That being said, if anyone wants to sponsor Paige,
That's
by all
not my
means.
art.
please do not sponsor me. I don't want to deal with more tax shit.
Tax is already a bitch.
Yeah, they are.
Right?
I am prepared.
I am going to let Facebook know that we're live.
Yes.
Wow, that's not how I wanted to act it up.
Excuse me. Did it go live on? Okay, yeah. Not yet. Give Gary a minute.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if people don't watch tonight since it's not GKC because we have missed 2 weeks.
But we already got some people coming in.
Do.
Also, I closed it.
This is the total. I think this is the first time we've done like a complete segue from
Yeah.
M Kingdom.
I've always run one-shots that were GKC related, but I don't know what to do with everyone's side characters right now that Callie's side quest is done.
Mm-hmm.
I want to definitely give your guys time to rest because y'all faced a fucking beholder. So I decided, I've had Mine of Phandelver for 2 years and I've never run it. So I'm going to test that out tonight, and if you guys enjoy it, once I'm laid off of work, we can actually run it as a campaign.
Yeah.
Give us something to do on Saturday nights. Since we had a big drop of games recently for a lot of us. And yeah, we have 6 viewers. Woohoo!
See, look at that.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to, unfortunately, not Gem Kingdom Chronicles tonight. This is going to be Lost Mine of Phandelver instead. My name is Paige 1394. I'm here with JMKitsune, Aki Obsession, Bard of the Midwest, Bryce Sosceles, and AJ_Auditor. I'm going to be running like the first part of Lost Mine of Phandelver to kind of give us a breather from doing a lot of GKC related D&D. Hopefully we will be back next week with episode 39 of GKC. We apologize that we have been putting it off for 2 weeks. We're pulling a Critical Role right now. Critical Role was off for 2 weeks, so are we as well.
Yeah, we do have members of our party have or our party, our group of friends have personal stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just because I am a singer in a mask does not mean I am on the Masked Singer.
Oh, I knew you were popcorn. I knew it.
Yeah, so yeah, 2020 kind of dealt a curveball to a couple of us this week, so and basically over the past 2 weeks, so we're just taking a breather, and we hopefully will be back with episode 39 next week. I know you guys are really anxious to see that interrogation scene start at the beginning of the session. We're anxious too, and probably it's good that we've been off for 2 weeks just so we can all mentally prepare for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to be rough. We'll get on with some quick announcements. If Kitsune, you want to drop the link tree for everybody.
Yes.
As always, our link tree, the GKC link tree, has a mass amount of different pages you can follow, links you can check out. One of the first being the Black Lives Matter movement. We are still supporting that because this is a movement and not a moment. So if there are still protests going on, please be safe while you're out there and wear your mask. Contact your local government officials and just express your feelings about what's going on in America right now because it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And just make sure you continue to support Black creators, Black businesses, support your Black friends because they have had a rough year this year. And it's up to us to be there to be supportive, to be there to listen, and to help raise their voices. One of the best ways you could do to help raise somebody's voice is by voting. I got my ballot in today. So I have my little I voted sticker sitting on my typewriter because I put all my stickers on my typewriter.
Good place.
I did that for you, Susan B. Anthony. Thank you for helping us women get the right to vote. So yeah, I voted by mail. So if you do vote by mail, you have to make sure that you follow the instructions on the envelope. You have to make sure you print your name, sign your name, and date it. Make sure your signature is as accurate to your driver's license because they will check for that. Ballots vary on what they look like. Mine looked like a regular ballot. Just make sure you follow the instructions when you fill a ballot out if you're doing it at home or if you do it at the polls. There are several locations you could drop off a mail-in ballot like me. You gotta send it through the post office, go to your local courthouse, because they'll usually have a drop-off box there, or go to your local courthouse and pass it off to somebody working behind the desk there, or you can wait till November 3rd and go to your designated polling station and hand it to them there. They will take it in the envelope. That is one of the safest ways to make sure that your ballot gets through, but if you're an anxious bitch like me and want to make sure that you get it sent out right away, post office is the easiest way to go. Also, make sure you're supporting your local post office. I bought a fuck ton of stamps a couple months ago, and I'm still writing all these assholes here. Sarah's going to be getting a letter from me next week. And I'm trying to work on writing more people. So yeah, make sure you're supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. Make sure you vote this year and support your local post office. Moving on to the next part of announcements. Merchandise! We have new merch in the GKC Teespring. It is the All Praise Leo merchandise. Leo is our god. He's a very fluffy boy. Leo is the cat that Bridget owns. And he has his own merchandise now that you can buy in the GKC Teespring or on Sarah's Society 6 store. Teespring, I don't have that many options of merchandise to do for Leo. Sarah has a fuck ton of options you can choose from. So I recommend you check out her store. Like, if you want to have a shower curtain with just a big cat picture on it, go to her store. If you want just a regular t-shirt, you can come to my store.
And the
And
credenza,
table, credenza,
cat credenza.
pillowcases.
Cat Denza.
Cadenza.
The cat
I
denza is
appreciate that
like
pun.
life goal.
Yes. I still need to buy a Leo shower curtain. I gotta make sure I do that this weekend. So yeah, check out those two merch stores. Bridget has a merch store as well for her Queen Bee merchandise. So make sure you go support her as well. Get yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie that has the Queen Bee logo. And we love you, Bridget. We love you, Leo. We miss you guys right now. Alright, that is it for my merch updates. Sarah, do you have any other merch updates for your store?
Seeing as I have not left my apartment in like 2 months, no. But hopefully soon. I have some more stuff.
Meanwhile, AJ's just sitting in the fucking void.
Except for the occasional.
With
Except for the
always
dragon.
randomly appearing dragon.
Also, just a heads up, we miss Jinx too. And,
Oh yeah, Jinxie. We need Jinx merch.
and Booker merch.
Yeah. We just need merch of all the cats. All the pets of GKC.
Does that make them the Holy Trinity?
Yes. God damn it, AJ!
The best part is you have to actually now decide which one is Leo, which one is Booker.
I
and which
mean,
one
we
is
all
Jinx.
know which one is
We all
Booker.
know which one's Booker.
I'm not saying it, but I had to ask.
Booker's
It
precious,
depends.
but he's a dum-dum.
Yeah, he is a dumb
Yeah.
boy.
He's very
He is
dumb.
the himbo of the cats.
He is.
That was just perfect timing.
It's always the, why are you this way, son?
For my favorite Ben quotes ever. It's like, why are you this way, son?
Why are you this way, son? Alright. Moving on to next part of announcements. Twitch's and YouTube's Sarah, Kitsune, and I all have YouTube channels that we upload VODs of any playthroughs or D&D that we play here on Twitch. So make sure you follow all three of us. I upload the GKC VODs. Sarah live streams Humblewood. Why am I pointing that way? Because she's technically this way on my screen. I'm just naturally pointing where you are to me. She's right outside my window. Yeah, Sarah
Don't give away
live
my
streams.
secrets.
Climbing in your windows.
Yes. Sarah live streams Humblewood every other Monday on her YouTube channel and then has the videos uploaded to there. We recently just streamed episode 13. So in a couple weeks on the 26th, we will be playing Humblewood again. So make sure you're subscribed to her on YouTube so you can get that notification of when we go live. Kitsune is uploading like every fucking day of the week on his YouTube. He just recently uploaded a playthrough of a bunch of us playing Among Us.
Yeah, for the next like 8 weeks, it's gonna be just us.
Yeah. So please go check out his YouTube channel as well as his Twitch. Go subscribe to him. Go throw some money at him. Stop throwing money at me. Look, we both have to build up the fund for the wedding sword for Hannah, okay? We both have to be pulling in cash at this point.
I was just surprised everyone by revealing that I had a sword guy and just throwing everybody off. And being
That doesn't actually surprise me, like, at all. I feel like I should be surprised, but I'm not.
I got a bunch of swords in my house. Don't ask questions.
Same.
Yeah, make sure
They
you
used to hang on my wall, but they fell.
Yeah, so make sure you follow them on YouTube and make sure you follow Kitsune on Twitch. Another YouTube you need to follow is Ben's YouTube, Be Coops of Might. He uploads every Tuesday and Thursday for his Let's Plays. I haven't been updated on what he's been working on recently, but if you go subscribe to him at Be Coops of Might and press the bell icon, you will be updated when he does a new Let's Play upload. So please go follow him and support him. Thank you.
They haven't uploaded in a few weeks, but it's still the We Happy Few.
Oh, the We Happy Few?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he's been busy with transitioning to back to his old job.
Yep. And also, I did
Yeah.
check today. They slept last night. They did eat, and they have been drinking water. So
That's good.
Yay.
I've kept tabs on the bed.
Always gotta keep tabs on the DM, make sure DM's doing okay.
It was
Yeah,
actually
because
water.
DM to DM. Not Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I made sure.
Yes.
Yeah, being a DM is a fucking thankless job. All the DMs in this group can agree with that.
I love you guys as my players. Are you kidding?
Hold on.
Even me, who pulls off the shenanigans. I have.
Okay, well, you've lost all magic item rights and privileges in any campaign we play now.
Just shopping rights. You've lost shopping.
You've lost shopping rights.
At least
Don't hate
unsupervised.
You are forbidden from being within 5 miles of a Walmart now.
To be fair, that might be safe for everyone.
Technically, I am just. I think I'm technically just as far away as the local Walmart is from me. I think.
You're not allowed to go to Walmart ever again. You lost your Walmart privileges.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not shop at Walmart.
You mean I have to go to Target now? Damn.
Go to
Yeah,
the-
you have to actually dress up.
Go to the communist Walmart. Me.
Oh.
What?
You said it being a DM's thankless, so I made a sign.
Aw, thank you.
I even used Sharpie, now I'm kind of high from the fumes.
Okay, that's on you.
I forgot I haven't used a Sharpie in like a year. So just
That's
opening
on
is like,
you,
wow.
man. Alright. I'm trying to think of more announcements. I don't have any more announcements if anybody else has announcements.
Oh.
Oh, I think we're good.
that's all.
We will be live streaming Secrets of Pandora on Monday. That's hopefully if Hannah's not working because I know she got called back to her job recently. We'll just play by ear and see what she texts the group.
Yeah.
So hope for the best that we will be streaming Secrets of Pandora this coming Monday.
I'll try not to fall asleep this time.
Also, there won't be a wedding that claims 2 of them. For Humblewood.
Yeah, hopefully they've recovered from that.
It was so funny because, like,
I mean, I know one of them goes for
3 hours or so later, I got a text message from Mitch saying, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I was like, dude, I think you're forgiven for this. He's like, I'm just gonna watch it later and catch up. What the?
Okay, well, here's the funny part. We all knew that he had to go to the wedding that weekend. I was honestly wondering, if we have GKC, is he even gonna make it to that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he said like.
No way.
I'm pretty sure he said that he wasn't going to be available for GKC that week, or if he was, he's going to be very, very late. I think the Friday.
Which is funny because he put his character right into the interrogation scene.
Yeah.
It's Drax's T-pose in the corner.
Fun.
Yeah, Drax is just
T-pose.
T-pose.
Tell us what you know.
Tell us what you. Oh my god, that's just gonna be. Sierra's gonna walk in. It's gonna be Darren, Drax, and Devotion all T-posed around this poor cultist saying, "Tell us what you know."
This is like
Sierra slowly
like,
closes the door, be like, I'm just going back to bed. I don't want to ask questions anymore.
It's just like, is this? I've never seen someone cast Zone of Truth before. Is this how you cast Zone of Truth?
To cast Zone of Truth, you must T-pose.
No. It's going to be that scene from the anime with the blood cells and white body cells or whatever, where he like opens the door and there's the pause as they stare at each other before he just closes the door. No, we're going like you didn't see me.
I might have to actually cosplay that tomorrow because I have to get back into cosplay for Sierra. Alright, we are almost 20 minutes in and we haven't fucking started yet. Okay, who's doing the ritual?
The one with the blanket.
Nate.
Iron Man.
The Iron Giant.
You are loved. I love all of you. You are amazing. You are talented. You will do great things. To refuse the love is illogical.
Told you to
Yeah.
assume I have logic,
We got the big butts.
and we cannot lie.
Those asses, though.
Damn my asses. The goblins are terrified.
Beware, goblins. These cheeks cannot be defeated.
My mind was gonna say something else completely, and now
These cheeks have been clapped.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
Cheeks have been clapped!
so scared as to where my mind went right there.
That's all I got. I didn't
Okay. Thank you.
My brain literally just said these cheeks are made for clapping.
And that's just what they'll do.
That's cool. Bye.
No, get back here, bitch!
These cheeks were made for clapping.
Nope. D&D. We're here for D&D.
Is it a page runs a one shot if somebody doesn't break within the first 30 minutes?
Oh yeah, canon. It's
It is not a page runs a one shot if not one person breaks within the first 30 minutes.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. Alright, are we ready?
Yes.
Because I'm not.
Are we ever ready?
Do it!
That's why I put blind playthrough in for one of the tags, because none of us Is have it played a this page one before. I haven't even read the book.
AJ, what have you done to your face?
He grew a beard.
No, his
No,
clothes-
this my beard was a lot bushier last time.
Yeah,
Made
I-
for clapping.
this is the reason I'm not showing my face. My beard looks like
Oh, stop it.
Okay, you went from looking like a lumberjack to a lumberchild.
My brain literally just said these cheeks are made for
Lumber
clapping.
Lumber 10!
Number 10.
Okay. Okay, so are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
As ever.
Alright.
Let's do
Right.
this.
This is Lost Mine of Phandelver. It is the starter kit campaign from Dungeons and Dragons, and it takes place in, what do you know, the Forgotten Realms. Trying to remember exactly where the setting is. The map they give me is of basically the Neverwinter Wood in the nearby town of Neverwinter. I'm guessing this is where the campaign location is going to be. I do have content sharing up in the little campaign group, so you should have access to Lost Mine of Phandelver on there as well if you want to look at any of the maps. Just
think
don't
I
look at the
have-
campaign.
I think I've run this campaign before, so
Yeah.
I have the maps. I will look at those maps.
Yeah.
I might have purchased it and just never run it.
Alright. So, because I'm a horrible DM, I'm going to read you some stuff outside of the given text boxes I'm supposed to read, just so you guys have some insight, since this is very last minute. This adventure will begin with you guys escorting a wagon full of provisions and supplies from Neverwinter to Phandelver.
Excuse me.
So you guys are going to begin along, you're going to be heading south along the high road to the Tribor Trail, which heads east, if you guys are looking at the map of the surrounding area of Neverwinter. You guys will be starting about like a half day's march from Phandelver, and we'll see where it goes from there. If you guys have any idea of how your party met together to help escort this wagon, you guys can discuss that amongst yourselves as I get ready for this opening hook. You guys can take this time to introduce your characters as well.
Alright, what order are we doing this in?
Alphabetical?
I started last time, so someone else start.
Let's start with
Okay. Wait, who are we starting with?
Ace.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
Alphabetical.
Okay.
reverse you alphabetical order.
Ace is a place where the help for hardware goes.
Exactly. Next.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. That's campaign.
Good night, everybody.
Dang it. Not prepared. Dang it. Hold on. Actually, skip me for now.
Okay, I can go.
Okay.
My name is Anodyne, and I have a secret. But for now, all you need to know is that I'm a cleric. I've recently discovered my ability to heal and combine it with my ability to defend others. I'm traveling with this caravan to get from one place to the next without too much hassle. And if anyone needs any healing, just let me know. I don't charge.
All right. Thank you, Anodyne. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay, Anodyne. Who would like to go next?
I will. I'm Ren, former soldier, turned mercenary kind of thing. I'm along for the ride for the money, and the entire time I've been kind of keeping myself because I'm just here for the money. Carry with me a kind of chip on my shoulder. It's obvious that I'm not exactly handling the whole adjustment from former life to current one. But along the way, I've kind of loosened up a little and not been as repulsed by everyone in the group. And that's about it.
Hey, who would like to go next?
Actually, is it okay if Brandon jumps in?
Does he have a level 1 character?
I believe so, yeah.
He just it was too late to join.
No, he can hop in. He just needs a level 1 character. We can give him the details as he pops in. Let him know he can join.
Okay, cool.
Just let's hope he doesn't.
Next,
Yeah,
Go
go
for
ahead, Tahirih.
I'm Tahirih. I'm a cleric, but don't ask me to heal because that's like really boring. I'm not gonna do that. I like to read my book. I'm a halfling. I'm just so excited to meet new people.
Sarah, you are scaring me right now.
Yeah. This is. I only have 2 characters with this level of energy, and they wipe me the fuck out.
Okay,
Won't
so
sleep good
Darren
tonight.
is basically Caleb, and Tahirih is basically fucking Jester.
It's so much fun.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Tahirih, thank you. Who would like to go next?
Guess that would be me.
Yes, Robot Boy, Iron Giant, Vin Diesel.
Yes.
I am Groot.
My designation is Talos. I am wandering from place to place. I had a purpose at one point, but have long since forgotten. I found a god's mark emblazoned upon my chassis, and I felt the strength bestowed, despite not knowing my benefactor. I have taken this and traveled from place to place, assisting in the rebuilding of a troubled land. I am traveling with this caravan to see what dangers need to be silenced and what things need to be rebuilt. The people know me simply as the Iron Wanderer.
Alrighty. That leaves you, Ace.
Alright.
And then when Brandon's character pops in.
Yep.
You gotta make sure that he gets added to the campaign.
To what you know, my name is Ace. We don't know what I really look like underneath my armor because it is from head to toe, armor, helmet, everything. So you don't know what I look like. mercenary, soldier, and one thing to make it clear: don't ask me to take off my helmet.
Also, I think I tried to make it, so I didn't write it down. I am indeed a Warforged. I am the only non-fleshy beast in the group.
All right. Making notes.
Up, boop, boop.
All right, so these are just the tiny notes that I got from you guys. Anodyne is a new cleric. Tahirih likes to read books. Ren is a mercenary who's adjusting to civilian life. Talos has a forgotten purpose and he's just wandering. And then Ace just doesn't like to take his helmet off.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the fucking Mandalorian moment here.
I have spoken.
And Tahirih reads one specific book.
Tusk Glove.
Huh?
Tusk Glove.
Nope, she reads her religious texts.
It's really just like a fucking like ramen noodle like recipe book. Alright.
What? Is it the flying spaghetti monster?
Flying spaghetti monster. That's our cleric. Alright. So while we're waiting on Brandon, I'm gonna go ahead and read an excerpt for you guys. And then we'll move on a little bit from there. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to the Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter. You just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk on the trail. Okay, so taking in that information, if you guys would like to probably elaborate on how exactly each of you met Gundren, you guys have the chance to deliberate on that right now, since we're waiting on Brandon.
Yep.
And then we can get his introductions in, and I can let him know exactly what the first part of the mission entails.
I'll be honest, Tahirih probably joined this expedition on accident. She fell asleep in a random carriage. She woke up, she's in the middle of the road, and just went with it.
Anodyne would have also been like, group of people, I need to protect them.
Ren met him in a bar and had to pay a tab, and the guy offered money, so.
Probably found the job posting on the board and decided to take it.
Right?
He tried to sell me. I was taking a nap, and he thought I was something, some artifact to sell. And then I woke up, scared him half to death, and he asked me and he offered me a job in exchange for not killing him, which I was not intending to do.
Alrighty. Interesting way to meet your current patron. If you guys want to go ahead and give me a sort of marching order, there is a cart if any of you guys want to drive the cart. I'm trying to read over exactly how big it is. Yeah, if you are escorting the wagon load of supplies, then one or two of you need to be driving it. The rest of you can be riding in the wagon or walking alongside or scouting ahead if you wish.
I will be riding in the cart, curled up in a corner with my book.
Okay.
Ren is
I'll be walking alongside.
Ren is on the other side, keeping whatever the opposite side is Talos protected.
Wait, is Ace driving?
I guess Ace could be driving.
Okay. I mean, Anodyne can also drive if.
You can have one or two people up front in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
It's up to y'all.
I'll either be scouting ahead or I'll drive. We can take turns if you want.
That works.
All right. So in this moment, I'll be scouting ahead.
Okay, scouting ahead.
Not too far though.
Okay. Alrighty. Any update from Brandon yet? I don't think so.
Ooh.
Yeah, the last thing I saw from him was asking if it was too late.
Hopefully he checks it soon. I don't want to get too far ahead without him there, otherwise I might have him just pop in later.
Yeah.
Whenever he joins. Okay. Alright, so just to give a little bit of description. The wagon is packed full of assortment of different mining supplies and food. Includes like a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, crowbars, bunch of them. About 5 lanterns and a small barrel of oil. And just the guesstimated value of everything that's in this cart is like around 100 gold pieces. So that's not a lot of money, but that is a hefty amount of gear that Grundon has asked you guys to take down to Phandelver. Between both just mining supplies and provisions. Alright, so you've been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, Anodyne, you'd probably see this first since you are scouting ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side.
Anodyne puts his hand up in the way that, military people in movies do. And then he's gonna... What spells do I have? He is going to wait and see if anyone joins him. And like,
what is he doing? Like, I'm holding up his hand.
yeah, he holds up his hand and then like he's like looking around at the trees on the left and the right hand side. So I guess perception check.
Talos will also look around.
Or survival, whatever. Or investigate. Or history of the trees.
Wait, what roll are you wanting to make?
Oh, I'm looking at the trees to see if I can see maybe like why these horses got shot with arrows. I mean, my wisdom is pretty high, so I'm assuming I know that they were ambushed.
Yeah, it doesn't take a roll to guess that these horses were ambushed.
Okay. Do I see anything moving in the trees then?
Make me a perception check.
Natural 20. First roll of the game. Natural 20. I can't believe that just happened because my rolls usually suck.
I can't believe that just happened either, because that just ruins the encounter.
No, it doesn't. It's so cool. Do it. Alright. I have no good days. Awesome.
I'm trying to think. There's some shuffling in the bushes and stuff, definitely. You're not sure if it's from animals or possibly the ambushers. But definitely with that perception of a natural 20, you recognize the horses.
Oh.
Yeah. these horses belong to Gundren and Sildar. And they had told you guys that they were going to head out first towards Phandelver. You guys were following behind with the cart.
Okay.
They were going to make a head start, go ahead and get into the city, and then you guys were going to bring the cart to them.
Anodyne is swiftly going to run back to the cart, which I hope has stopped at this point.
Yeah, I get the feeling, since you had held your hand up and stuff, and there are 2 dead horses 50 feet in front of you guys, I'm pretty sure the cart was pulled to a stop.
Yeah.
Guys, I think those are the horses of the dudes that sent us on this trip. That you just said the name of, and I've already forgotten.
Did you see the riders at all?
No, just the horses, but they're pretty unmistakable.
Sick. Can I do a investigation on like the horses, see if there's any been sign of struggle or like where any bodies could have been taken?
You want to approach the horses and investigate?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me an investigation check.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna start battening down the hatches on the wagon.
Okay.
15.
All right. With the 15, 1 second, I'm making a quick note here.
Yep.
The 15, let me see. It's definitely no sign of Grundon or Sildar anywhere. These poor horses are just riddled with arrows. And right as you're trying to determine if there was a struggle or not, can you tell me what your passive perception is, Ren?
Passive perception is a 10.
Yeah, you do not see it in time as 4 goblins pop out of the thicket
Of course.
and rush towards you to attack you.
Lovely.
All right. Since you did not see them coming, this is their surprise round.
Yay.
And then I will have everyone roll initiative afterwards. 1 second. I gotta get the goblin stat block. Okay, here we go. They are... 2 of them will stay at the thicket. I gotta look at a map real quick so I know exactly how far away they're gonna be from you. I'd say they're probably around 10 feet away from you. I'd say the thicket's about 10 feet off of the road. So 2 of them will stay at the line of the thicket with short bows. And then 2 others are gonna charge at you with scimitars.
Fun.
Yep. And shit, let me go back to this. Sorry, I'm not prepared.
You're fine.
Yeah. Holy shit, I actually read that correctly. Yeah, actually the other 2 are actually standing technically 30 feet away. This book is telling me how to run the game. Okay. First goblin's gonna attack you with a scimitar.
Okay.
That is a 21.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Level 1, everybody! Level 1! Okay. You're gonna take 1d6 plus 2 slashing damage. You take 4 points of slashing damage.
Sorry, did I miss anything?
Alright. And then after I roll this next attack, I will need everyone else to give me their passive perception. Let me roll this next attack first. No, that is a 8 on the second attack.
This time I survived.
So the first one gets a nice gash on you with his scimitar, but the second one misses. Anodyne, what is your passive perception?
14.
Yeah, unfortunately you did not see the goblins pop out in time, so you are considered surprised as well.
Okay.
Tahirih,
Well,
you didn't see them, but you're kind of laying down in the cart, so you're out of the goblins' line of sight. Ace,
13.
unfortunately you did not see the goblins pop out until last minute as well. Talos,
14.
14. Yeah, unfortunately none of y'all saw these goblins appear until last minute, and then Anodyne, I guess since you are closest to Ren, the two goblins with the short bows are gonna aim towards you and attack. So, short bow attack number 1. Oh, that is going to be a 22.
You're talking to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my AC is 16.
Okay, so 22 hits. You take, 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, second short bow attack. That is a dirty 20.
Yep, that hits.
Alright, that is... Oh my god, 8 points of piercing damage again. I am so sorry.
I'm down.
Anodyne is already down, and I need you all to roll me initiative.
Level 1! Level 1!
Good thing we have a
This is
cleric in the
why-
party.
This is why we don't have,
About that!
this is why we do not put the healer out in the front.
I'm so sorry, guys.
No, this
I rolled their initiative, and I rolled a natural 20.
that's not your fault. It's the dice spoke. That's how it goes.
What a coincidence!
Blame the
So did
dice.
I. But
Alright. What's your dex mod, Talos?
none.
Alright, so you just got a 20?
Yeah.
Alright, so the goblins will go before Talos. Anodyne, you are down, so I'll say you're at the very bottom. But still go ahead. For this next round, you're gonna be last because you have to make death saves, but go ahead and do roll me initiative just in case you come back up.
It's 12.
12? Okay, Anodyne is 12. Tahirih?
15.
Right, Tahiri's 15. Ace.
19.
Ace is 19. You're most likely gonna go after Talos and Ren.
21.
21? Oh, okay. But since it's not natural, you're gonna go after Talos.
Yep.
So Ren, then Ace, Tahirih, and Anodyne. So unfortunately, Anodyne, you will be going last, even if you're brought back up. Yeah. All right, so we are at the top of the round. It is the goblins' turns. The two with the scimitars are going to try and attack you again, Ren.
Of course they are.
You're the closest to them.
Yep.
First attack. That's cocked. That is going to be a 14.
Yeah, they just got me.
They just got you?
Yep.
Okay. That's 4 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
Alright, second attack. No, that's gonna be a 10.
Yeah. This
Alright,
one needs to
second
learn how to
one-
swing.
Yeah. Yeah, that second one just can't seem to get a swing on you. Okay. Alright, and then the two with the short bows. Since they downed Anodyne, they're going to pick their next target. Next targets will most likely be Ace and Talos. Since Ace is driving the cart, so they can see him clearly, and Talos, because he is a tall Warforged. So, Ace, what is your AC?
17.
Alright. That's a natural 20. I'm so sorry.
We are going to die.
He is sitting still. Like, the man is literally just sitting there going, hit me.
Alright, as you guys know, I double dice when it comes to natural 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's gonna be 2d6 plus 2. 5, 7, 9 points of piercing damage to you, Ace.
Ow.
Ow, indeed. Alright, Talos, what is your AC?
18.
18? No, that is going to be a 13. So a arrow haphazardly flies past your metallic head, but it does not hit you. Alright, that is the end of the goblin's turns. Up next is Talos. You just had an arrow fly past you. Anodyne is probably about 20 feet away from you on the ground, bleeding pretty bad. Ren is another like 5 feet away from Anodyne, and he's surrounded by 2 goblins. And I am not having these goblins flank you because I'm not that evil. What would you like to do, Talos?
Okay. Well, guys, pathetic amount of. Well, I guess I'm using it. So I will go over to Anodyne, and with one arm I'm going to raise my shield. The other hand I'm going to expend my 5 HP of laying on hands to bring them back from the brink of the dead.
All right. Anodyne, you are now back to life with 5 hit points and you are prone on the ground.
Ooh.
You are no longer dying, so you don't have to make death save this round.
Yay.
Hey, we have the cleric back.
Yay.
Alright, so that was your action, Talos. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nothing else I can do. I'll just stand. I will draw my short sword, the gladius short sword, and I will be ready for the fight.
Alrighty. Moving on, Ren, it is your turn.
I'm gonna take my greatsword and go for the one that actually hit me.
Alright, roll me an attack.
At 20.
Alright, roll me damage.
Alright.
Like the 5th one in the last 10 minutes.
This nat 20 was owed. So I need to do. So you said for nat 20s we do
We have
double.
a counter started already?
That's 4 nat 20s already.
Jeez.
D6 plus 3. Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna take notes of nat 20s. That's 4 nat 20s already.
But yeah, you said for nat 20s we do double for the damage?
Yeah, double the dice.
Okay, so if it's 2d6, I do 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Leave modifiers alone.
Yeah,
Yeah, just only double damage dice.
just had to make sure. That was covered.
Yeah.
6.
Because that's just the system that I'm used to.
Yeah. 12.
Because I love hearing the click clacks hit.
Yeah.
18.
Oh yeah, you eviscerate this goblin. He falls dead right in front of you.
The other one's like right on top of me, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Nothing else I really can do.
Yeah, you just carved up his buddy right in front of him.
I'm obviously trying, but can I use that as an intimidation factor?
Roll me an intimidation check. I'll allow it.
12.
I rolled a 2.
He is a goblin.
So if he is still alive, his next attack will have disadvantage.
Nice.
Yes. Alright, anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Pray that I don't get hit next time. But no.
Alright, moving on. Next in line is Ace. Ace, you're watching from the driver's seat of the cart. Ren has dispatched one of the goblins with scimitars that's attacking him. And Talos has given life back to your cleric Anodyne. And there are 2 goblins about roughly 30 feet away along the thicket who have short bows drawn. And one of them had hit you.
Alright. As a bonus, I'm going to use my second wind.
Okay. Go ahead and give yourself some hit points back.
Let's see. 10. Screw you, D10. I'll take it. So, 4 for health. And then I'm going to leave the carriage and get close to the closest goblin.
Closest goblin would be about 25 feet away. It's the one that's next to Ren.
Okay, and that case,
what's your movement?
That would be 30. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you'll be able to get to the one on Ren.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go at least 20 feet because I have actually make that 15 feet because of my lance, which is 10 feet right reach.
Okay.
And let's see. Come on. Stupid dice one. Takes time. Bag. 12.
12, unfortunately, does not hit.
Damn.
However, no, wait. You're not technically within melee range for flanking to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If he had done a melee attack instead of a ranged attack with a lasso, I would have allowed advantage. Sorry. I just had to think about that for a moment. Like, no, wait, he did a ranged attack.
Yeah, no, I did the pointy stick.
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
Let's see, healed, moved, fought. No, that's it.
Alright, next in line is Tahirih. You are still in the back of the cart.
Yeah.
So you're about roughly 35 feet away.
Okay, so I hear it and I pop my head up and I see everything happening. Go. And for my bonus action, I would like to point at one of the goblins and say "Bane" and cast Hex.
Hold the fuck up.
You told me about this character before.
Cleric.
You told me about this character.
Quotation mark.
Today's the day, isn't it? Today is the day.
Alright. Let me hold this up. Okay, so
There's no saving throw or
Yeah,
anything.
so-
They're just.
you placed a curse upon them,
Yeah.
and until a spell ends, when you attack them and hit, you will deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And you get to choose one ability when you cast a spell, and that target will have disadvantage on those ability checks.
Sure. Disadvantage on wisdom checks? Oh no, it's checks. Yeah, dexterity. It's not saving throws. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. Alright, so this goblin is gonna have disadvantage on dex. Good to know.
And I will then go Sacred Flame and Eldritch Blast it.
Roll me an attack.
Dirty 20.
Hits.
All right. That's a 5, and then my hex damage, which is an additional 3, so 8 points of damage.
Alright, and this is the one that's in front of Ren. Ren, you watch as Tahirih shouted out Bane, but you see these dark kind of thorn barb kind of markings form on this goblin's face. That, what's your intelligence score?
My int is an 8.
You don't know what spell she just cast, but you have a pretty good feeling it's not Bane. And you're pretty sure that the spell she used to just annihilate this guy, because he is now dead, was not Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Talos doesn't know much about gods, but he's just like, that's not what that is.
I don't know what that word means, but that wasn't it.
Alright, would you like to do anything else for your turn, Tahirih?
I'll just and then duck back down into the car.
Alright. Anodyne, it is your turn. You are still lying on the ground. You are 5 points healthier than you were. What would you like to do? There are 2 goblins left. From Talos and Anodyne, they're roughly 20 feet away. And they're still in the thicket with their short bows.
Perfect. I'm gonna hop up. I'm aware of them. I can see them.
Yeah, you use half of your movement to stand up, and you do see them.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my boomerang and throw it at one of them.
All right, roll me an attack.
Ooh, that sounds good. 10.
Unfortunately, it does not hit, but luckily for you, your boomerang does come back to you, since it doesn't hit.
Cool. And then I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on myself.
All right, go ahead and cast a healing word on yourself.
You are no longer Anodyne.
I'm dead. Okay, cool. I heal for 5 points.
All right.
So I'm at 2/3 health.
That's good.
Better than dead.
Definitely better than dead.
And I'm actually is anyone near me? Like
Talos is right next to you.
okay. Where's Tahirih?
She is somewhere in the cupboard.
Okay. I'm just gonna be looking around, just trying to get a defensive stance as I sort of like regain consciousness.
Okay.
And just like wave my boomerang over my head.
Alrighty.
And then that's my turn.
Alright, since Tahirih stated she ducked back down into the cart, there are only 4 of you visible to the 2 goblins that are left. So I have a d4 here, so I'm going to roll who's going to get hit. Or possibly get hit. So Rin is number 1, Anodyne is number 2, Ace is number 3, and Talos is number 4. So first person to possibly receive an attack is Ace. Second person to possibly receive an attack is Anodyne.
Okay.
So Ace, one of the goblins is going to aim its short bow at you and fire.
Okay.
That is a 14.
Nope.
Alright, that one completely misses you, which is right above your head. Anodyne, who just got back up. No, that is a 7 plus 4 is 11.
Oh, doesn't hit.
Alright, both of these goblins miss y'all.
I'm not used to having.
Yeah. The arrow may kind of ting off the side of your head, Talos, but it doesn't do any damage.
It's like ting.
Yeah, it kind of brushes past you. There's a ting. Alright.
He tilts his head. His beating red eyes turn to the goblin.
Yeah. The goblins will kind of like panic and look at each other, but they will still stand their ground where they are standing. So that is the end of their turn. Talos, you're up next. They are 15 feet away from you.
Talos is going to actually drop his short sword and take out his javelin. And I am going to yeet the javelin. It requires me putting back on my glasses so I can see my feet motion. I know what to roll.
You rolled a natural 20, didn't you?
Yeah.
5 tonight.
I yeet this thing good.
Question: what is gonna be the minimum damage for that with your 2 dice and your modifier?
2 dice and my modifier.
Yeah, what is gonna be the minimum damage?
6.
Okay, I still need you to roll.
The old college javelin.
That is 10 damage.
Yeah, you kind of at the velocity and rate that this javelin is flying, impales through this goblin and pins him to the tree that's behind him.
Can I try and intimidate the other guy by turning my head slowly towards it and then reaching for another
Roll
one?
me an intimidation with advantage.
Yay, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
That's 24 total.
He is frightened and he turns to flee.
Does that give Ren an attack of opportunity?
He is nowhere near for an attack of opportunity. He's out of range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Goblin is going to use a reaction to flee. Alright, that does bring us to Ren's turn. If you do wish to pursue this goblin, so far he's only been able to get about probably 5 or 10 feet into the thicket, so that makes him around 20 feet away from you. If you wish to pursue him at all.
First I want to do my bonus action, do the second wind.
Okay, go
Just
ahead and
so
do
I can
that.
actually not be dying. Was it 1d10?
D10 plus level.
Okay, so where's my 10? That's my 10. That's my 10. 8 plus 1. So I got 9 HP back.
Cool.
So I'm actually not dying. You know, that's nice. Yeah, I'll chase after the guy.
Alrighty. So, what's your movement?
30.
Alright, you're gonna catch up to this guy. What would you like to do?
Would it be... I'm trying to think here. Would it be acrobatics to, like, lunge at him? To, like, tackle him to the ground?
I would say... Yeah, roll me acrobatics. We'll do dueling acrobatics checks.
Okay.
Actually, he'll do a dex save, you'll do acrobatics.
Okay. I got a 22.
I got a dirty 20. So, yeah, you are able to tackle him, bring him down to the ground. Now we need to roll opposing strength checks if you're trying to grapple him.
Yes.
And I don't think these guys have a lot of strength. No, I have -1 to strength. Wait, that's cocked, but that looked like a natural 1. That's a natural 6, so 5.
18.
Yeah, you have him grappled.
Okay. I'm gonna hold him.
He's like, let me go, let me go, let me go.
I got him, guys. Who wants to see a tied up goblin?
Are we out of combat?
I mean, do we want him alive?
I'm just wondering for the sake of order of what's happening here.
Because I mean, if I just did all that, I think that's all I can do for my turn.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that would be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So moving on will be Ace.
Which
This will be considered the last round.
I would probably walk over towards the goblin and assist in tying him up.
Yeah, you're able to easily tie him up since Ren has him subdued.
And then hang him like a pinata.
Wait, are we actually hanging by a pinata? Because I'm actually okay with this idea.
You can find a low-hanging branch or low-hanging bough of a tree nearby. You could certainly try.
All right.
I will make you guys roll. I'd say a survival check, I guess,
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Sure.
to see if you're able to get him to hang up there.
My delivery driver didn't bring half of the food, so he went to go retrieve the other half, and he hasn't shown up since. So
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that. Did I miss anything, or?
No, you're good. They have captured a goblin and are trying to tie him to a tree like a piñata.
Okay, but we're out of combat.
Yeah, I'm letting us go through the last turns of this round, and then we will be out of combat.
Okay, cool.
I am build one to a tree. I am good at the stick.
I got a 15.
14 for survival.
14 for survival. What about you, Ren?
15.
Yeah, you guys are able to get him tied up to the tree. He's just dangling there, kicking his feet. Let me down! Let me down!
You think he has any candy in him?
Alright, Tahirih, would you like to stay in the cart for your turn, or what would you like to do?
No, if this is the last one, I'll go up in my little deep way,
Yeah.
and then hang underneath the tree, staring up at the goblin. I'll just go, Bane, and move my Bane over to him.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not going to attack. I'm just moving the Bane,
Okay.
but it's not Bane. I'm moving my Hex.
Yeah. So, Ren, you see once more as those weird, thorny, kind of vine-like dark markings appear on this goblin's face.
Just gonna look down at.
And what ability check would you like to give him disadvantage on? Tahirih.
Strength.
Strength?
Yeah, he's not gonna get out of that anytime soon.
Alright. Gotta helpless
Poor guy
goblin.
already has a negative strength, motherfucker.
He already has a negative strength.
And
he's
now he has
gone.
disadvantage. I don't see the problem with this.
Ren's just gonna look at the halfling and be like, I hope you know that's not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just walks off like, okay.
Alright, Anodyne, what would you like to do?
I would like to. Did we get any answers out of these goblins yet?
You guys have not started interrogating this goblin at all. 3 of them are dead on the roadside now. One of them's impaled into a tree with the javelin.
Oh, that's more legit.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and start searching the goblins that are dead.
Okay.
For any-
Even with a general investigation, they don't really carry much on them. The scimitars and the short bows that they have carried are kind of old and rusty, or
Okay.
look like they're about to fall apart.
Are there signs that there are more of them? Can I do a survival check?
Yeah, roll me a survival check.
Nuggets. 14. Keep
Yeah,
rolling.
you are, as you're inspecting the surrounding area, you get the idea that this is a often used ambush site for goblins.
Okay. So this is pretty much like a normal thing for them to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually see what looks sort of like a trail kind of hidden inside the thicket.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'll make eye contact with anyone who is looking at me.
All right.
Probably Ren, because noticing him up and about.
Okay. Anodyne's gonna look at Ren and just sort of point like into the woods, and then Ren, you're a fighter, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then that's all he's gonna do. He's not gonna try to get all fancy with.
There was still more to you from your checks, since you rolled really high for survival. If you did go over to look at the trail a bit more, it looks that about maybe a dozen goblins have passed through that, as there are signs as well of 2 human-sized bodies being hauled away from this ambush site.
Okay. And I mean, I don't need a wisdom check to know that that's probably the 2 that were on the horses.
It's probably them.
Okay. All right. If Ren comes over, I'll explain that. Otherwise, I'll just sort of like hold my ground and like.
Seeing what you're adjusting to, yeah, he would come over and look.
Okay.
Yeah, Ren, roll me a survival check to see if you recognize the struggles.
17.
Yeah, you definitely can see the signs of struggle, and that 2 human-sized bodies have been dragged on this trail by possibly a dozen goblins.
All right. He's probably on a.
And we still do have one hanging from a tree, and he's just.
Judging by what we see here, it's likely that this group probably won't be the last one here. We should probably not leave signs that, we got through okay.
Yeah.
Also, we probably should either get rid of him or leave him as a message. Depending how we feel.
Don't leave me here.
I don't know. I mean, depending on how far the next village is, we could probably sell him.
I'm kind of liking the idea we just swing something big at him and see what pops out of him if he doesn't talk.
Stop poking me.
Talos just goes over to the impaled one. He makes eye contact with the goblin and then removes the javelin from the tree, and the other goblin just... I could use target practice.
I'm just picturing the dead goblin just slowly sliding down the tree.
Yeah, it's very.
The poor fucker didn't even know what was happening. Like,
We'll always remember the goblin was that tall.
where did they take the humans?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Terrible. 21.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this guy opens up immediately. Second. You took him. 1 second. You took him back to the lair.
Where's that?
Cragmaw Lair, have you not heard of it?
I don't get out much.
Clearly.
I don't like him.
I don't like you.
Focus. Which way is this layer?
Down that pathway. Let me see exactly how far away it is. Down that way about 5 miles.
That is quite a ways. Very likely they're going to have a lot more waiting for us when we go.
Hmm.
We also have
No,
this...
there's fewer than 20 of us who live there. Well, nah, it's probably like 16 or 15. You killed Bucky. and he just
Captain, is that you?
he just looks sadly at the goblin that was impaled on the tree.
Well, Talos has like a leather rag. He's just wiping the goblin's guts off of it. He stood still.
We have a bit of a decision to make. We could either get the supplies to where we need to get them now and then come back, or go and deal with the supposedly 16 goblins waiting for us.
It's not just goblins. Not just goblins.
Go on.
There's also King Guo. He runs our group.
That name sound familiar to anyone?
No, I don't get out much.
Would that be a history check?
Yeah, probably. I think so.
That'd be a pretty high history check, so go ahead and roll me it.
I'll go roll for this too.
15.
15. It's first you've heard of it, Talos.
16.
It's first you've heard of King Grohl.
Nah.
I actually rolled pretty fucking high, but I don't know why she would know. I rolled a dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
Yeah.
Okay, somehow, Tahirih, you have heard of King Grohl. Only That's what his subjects call him. What you know about King Groll is that he's actually a bugbear named Clark, who is known to run the goblin gang that hangs around these parts near the Neverwinter Wood.
Bugbears. They're cool.
For someone who doesn't get out much, do I want to know how you know this?
My dad is a good friend. He tells me things.
Get. Ren just walks away to think.
It depends on how far the village is.
Phandelver is. Let me see. Look at the map real quick, because you guys started at Neverwinter. Like I said, I'm not really prepared for this.
Good.
Where you guys are, where he says that the Cragmar hideout is roughly 20 miles away from Phandelver still.
Alright, so it might be better just to go deal with that, then go where we were going. It's closer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can show you guys the map here.
Yes.
You guys are along this part of the high road here.
Yes.
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Roughly this location here is where he's telling that the Cragmar hideout is.
Okay.
And down here is Phandelver.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
So you were just reaching the bend to start heading east to get towards that city.
So yeah, if we're gonna go do this, we should probably do that before heading there first. Take us twice as long to go there and come back.
We could probably hide the cart somewhere.
There are enough
This
thickets
place-
around.
This place is thick with vegetation. It will suffice.
And also, we do have a lovely guide ready to help us.
Yeah.
Because I presume the guide would know that if they screwed us over, well, being a pinata is going to be the better option of their fate.
He whimpers.
I'm assuming, Ace, you'd want to keep him on the leash?
Oh, I messed up. King Groll, I guess, is a goblin. However, what Tahirih knows is that there's also a bugbear who works within the goblin hideout named Clark.
Oh, gotcha.
He's kind of like the foreman, I guess.
Oh,
The
okay.
underboss.
He does the bidding of the king.
Okay, so she would have said he's got a pet bugbear, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
All right, so we'll keep our friend on a leash. They'll guide us to this place, and we will deal with him accordingly. After we hide the wagon and all that.
Is it possible to get the wagon through, or no?
Given the how thick the brush is of the thicket, it would be kind of difficult to get the cart all the way through.
Okay.
But you guys can try.
Also, if it's 5 miles... What time of day is it?
Say... It's about noon. You've been
Okay.
on the road for half a day.
Alright.
It's like afternoon.
If it takes 5 miles, if we have to walk because we came with the car, we'll get there by like sundown, I'm assuming.
I say we just hide the cart,
Yeah, might be best to hide it.
and then that way we can expeditiously get to this place and take care of business.
Sounds like a plan to me. Any
I see.
objections?
Okay, so you guys want to try to hide the cart?
Yep.
All right.
While they're doing that, I'm just sitting on the ground.
Take your meds.
Yep.
Sitting on the ground, taking your meds.
Like a good
Alright.
cleric would.
Sitting on the ground, trying to get a short rest in if possible, and throwing pebbles.
I would say if you guys are taking your time to try and hide this cart,
Yeah.
it would take about an hour, which will give Tahirih the chance for a short rest.
Okay, and I'm throwing little stones at the goblin.
Okay.
All right. So since you guys take this hour to quickly recover and take time to actually hide your cart, I don't need you guys to make me any sort of rolls or checks to make sure that it's properly hidden. You are able to get it within the brush along with the horses. You have the horses tied off, and the cart is now hidden.
Sweet.
Yep.
Ren's gonna come back seeing the pebbles being thrown, just stare before asking, are you quite done?
Are you done?
Just about. We're just finishing up.
Okay.
All right.
So just start do the direction he thinks it is.
Roll me your perception check, Tahirih.
8.
Oh my god.
You are heading in the opposite way of the trail, but you think you're going in the right way.
Hope someone stops me, because I'm a-going.
Tahirih.
Hmm?
That way.
Hey, little one. Wrong direction.
Little one, my foot. Let's turn around and go the other way.
Ren's gonna look at Talos, be like, at least she's enthusiastic.
Fleshlings are strange.
Agreed.
Meanwhile, I'm the one lowering the goblin down and keeping a good grip on the leash.
Alright.
It'd be a shame if she actually let go a little and made him fall on his ass.
Okay. So, you guys start making your way down the trail?
Yes. I'm assuming
Alrighty.
we're keeping the goblin on a leash a la Gollum style.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Gotta make sure.
Alright, what is the marching order? Because the goblin is going to be with Ace.
Which I would assume would have to be guiding us.
Yep, so you two would be in front. I'll take the rear.
Okay.
I'll be up near with Ace.
Okay, so Talos.
I'll stay in the middle this time.
Alright, Anodyne, where do you want to be, Tahirih?
I probably started out in the front and then got easily overtaken because she walks pretty slow.
Alright, so you'll probably be between Anodyne and Ren.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see. So you guys start walking along, and about 10 minutes in, is anybody in the party like actively looking out at all, or are y'all just walking?
I'll be keeping an eye from like the back, make sure no one's
Oh,
following
yeah.
us.
Charles's head is on swivel constantly.
Anodyne will be looking at the trees, like up into the branches.
All right.
Partially exploring nature, but looking for things.
Okay. Ace, what is your passive perception since you are leading the group with the goblin?
Passive would be 13.
All right. As you are walking along, you notice the goblin's starting to, while he's still linked to you with rope, he's starting to veer off to the right a little bit, but still heading down the path. And then you realize why, as a cleverly hidden, but you're still able to spot it, snare is in the middle of the road.
Alright. I would signal everyone to move over off the road because of the snare.
Hmm.
All right.
You're tricky. I like you. I say to the goblin.
I dropped my head.
Alright.
Somebody move.
All I know is I broke my head.
It fell off my bed. Like, oh no, I dropped my head.
Alright, so you guys successfully are able to step around the snare trap. Y'all continue walking along for another 10 minutes. And this time, Ace, I will need you to make me a perception check, since your passive is not high enough to automatically see.
Okay. Do. That would be 22.
Alright, you're able to spot just before you step in a mound of leaves. You notice again that your little goblin friend has kind of stuffed off to the side, but a little bit further into the thicket nearby, because you have now encountered a pitfall trap. You were just about to step into it, but you caught yourself.
Ooh. You're really tricky.
And the pit itself is about 6 feet wide. And I would say this road is about 5 feet wide. So it kind of goes off the road just a little bit. This trap is meant to try to capture anyone who heads down this road. Unless they kind of veer off trail drastically.
You're really tricky.
Talos makes kind of an extra wide berth around it because he's very heavy. He doesn't want to accidentally set it off.
Can I do intimidation and make the goblin tell us about any future traps?
You can certainly try.
Can I assist in that since I have him on a leash? I can pull out my spear.
Yeah, so roll me intimidation with advantage, Ren.
Okay. That is a 14.
You rolled a 19.
Damn.
He just grimaces at you. There are no more traps ahead. That was the last one.
The temptation just like knock him into the pitfall and be like, what was that? Nah, I'll be good.
Right. So you guys are gonna carefully try to make your way around this pitfall.
Yep.
Alright. Talos, because of your size, I will need you to make me a dexterity check just to make sure you can keep your footing.
Oh boy. He's funny to film me now. 15?
Yeah. I had the DC be 10. You're fine.
Woo. Down to the being big boy.
So you guys are able to make your way around the final chap and continue heading down this road towards the Cragmaw hideout. At this point, you guys have each gained 75 XP for this encounter. So go ahead and mark that on your character sheets. Alright, how's everyone feeling right now? Do we need like a quick break or anything? Get some food, get some water?
You do.
I can either way.
You should be good.
Huh?
My pizza's here, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Does the DM need a break?
I just need to go grab a snack real quick. Probably
Okay.
like a minute. Yeah.
Minutes, like,
Alright. I'm gonna run an ad break real quick.
by the way,
Be right
your
back.
makeup was fucking amazing.
Huh?
I said, by the way, your makeup was fucking amazing.
Thank you. Made it kind of like goblin themed
I like it.
with the greens and everything. I'm gonna run a ad break real quick and I'm gonna go get me some snack.
Okay.
Snack, come and get me popcorn.
Ooh.
This bitch is exhausting. Of course, I picked a character who is just so much.
She's definitely interesting. I'm gonna grab water.
I love her, Sarah.
She's tiringly energetic. I have two characters like this with this amount of energy, Tahirih and Marzana, and they're both just tiring. I love them, but they're tiring.
I love Marzana.
I really, really need to bring her into something. I love her so much.
I think Dom's gonna continue that campaign. Hopefully. We'll see.
We'll see. We've said that before, so.
I might actually try something. I do Icefire Peaks thanks to Brian.
Mhm.
Thanks to Brian, I have this little adventure in my room. I might do that if anyone's interested.
So
I
what?
still got my one shot that I need to do.
Yas Adventure.
The only character I've gotten so far is Zinc. Well, not Zinc, but it's like he's like hippie Zinc.
Hi.
I still gotta talk to Jerome about what we're doing for Halloween, because if we're not doing anything, I want to run a one shot of Pecna.
Yes.
It's a play test I have, and it's horror carnival.
Yes.
I really, really want to do that, but I gotta make sure we're not doing anything first.
Yeah. What day is? Oh no, yeah, Halloween's
on
on
a
a
Saturday.
Saturday.
Halloween falls on
Yeah.
the Saturday this year, which is the worst year for that. The poor fucking children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, granted, a lot of the fun kids we're getting to have on Halloween has kind of been getting diminished over the years anyway. It sucks.
Yeah, my street's like almost non-existing. We still get a handful here and there, but not a lot.
Some people are finding to drive around, like have kids dress up, stay in their yards, and then people come by and throw candy at them.
Yeah,
Which sounds great, but could probably go horribly wrong.
I live directly in a college town. I don't get trick-or-treaters here, so I don't really worry about that. And then before that, my previous two apartments never got trick-or-treaters. Even at the townhouse, that was surprising. But I mean, around here, people have been going to like storefronts instead of neighborhoods, like it used to be when we were kids. Which okay, fine. Or they do the trunk or treats, because I guess it's a little bit more secure than neighborhoods.
Yeah. That's what we've been doing over near one of our schools.
Yeah. And then before that, when I lived in New York, it snowed every Halloween. So they would trick or treat, but the poor kids had to wear giant poofy jackets over their costumes. So we got 2 or 3.
Yeah, in my neighborhood, they do trunk or treat at the local hospital. Because I don't technically live on a really good part of town. It's nice, but we've had crackheads around here, so. And I can't remember what the latest neighborhood newsletter said. I don't think they're doing trunk or treat this year. They're asking neighbors, though, to decorate their porches so that families can do, like, drive-by look at Halloween decorations.
No, that's.
So I still need to get some pumpkins, like, on my railing.
Honestly, the last time I've done or had like good trick-or-treating was back when I was in college, and we actually had trick-or-treaters come through the dorm rooms. Just the local kids would come to a couple of the dorm buildings that were closer to town.
And I think I briefly saw a Brian pass by.
What?
He phased through his green screen.
In Colorado, you plan your costume around the snow. Oh my god.
It's yeah. I mean, in the Finger Lakes, it's pretty much the same. It snows there from Mother's Day to from Halloween to Mother's Day. It's just constant. And then my uncle lives in Breckenridge, which means that he gets snow on the 4th of July.
Oh jeez.
It's been there. But he's above Denver. What do you want?
It consistently tends to snow around here in Peoria around the 1st of spring.
Yeah.
Like for a good solid 2 years in a row, we had at least an inch of snow on the first day of spring.
Before I moved to San Francisco.
It's totally different than like where my parents live, because my parents live in Maryland, and when they moved from PA to New York, they had to get used to the difference in boating season because they used to boat out of the Chesapeake Bay, which meant you were boating from Memorial Day to Labor Day or Thanksgiving. And the season is so much shorter in New York because the lake's fucking freeze.
I finished my tea.
Ooh.
All right.
I do miss ice fishing. That's actually really fun.
No, I did not do that on purpose. But my mother did do one of the polar plunges in Skinny Atlas Lake. I'm like, why? They have to like chip out an area for you to do that.
Yeah, no.
Why would you voluntarily do that?
Ice fishing is above the ice, and then you're in like a little shanty that's like warm, and you can like have cocoa or beer and hang out with your family or your friends. It's a lot better than jumping into a frozen lake.
I think I'll stick to not being near that.
I just worked at the diner in the warmth, so when people were done with their ice fishing or polar plunges, they'd come to me and complain about how cold it was, and I'd laugh at them for being stupid.
Hey, don't jump in the lake.
It was so cold. Then why were you out there? It's 10 degrees outside. Why did you do this?
I'm ready whenever you guys are. As you guys are walking along, if you want to take this time to do some role play, you can do that while I'm reading out the next part of your encounter.
Okay.
Now that Tahirih's decided that she likes the goblin, she's trying to strike up conversation.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry I throw rocks at you. I just really didn't know that you were so fun.
Throwing rocks is how I show my affection.
What are you looking at?
Where do you live? At this camp thing you were going to?
Not camp.
Home. Cave?
Base.
Castle!
Not a castle.
Do you have any brothers?
What?
Do you have any sisters?
What?
Parents?
They're dead.
Children? Husband? Wife?
You asked too many questions.
I've been told that before. Do you want to know about my god?
No.
It's like a concerning way to say that. I know, like, yeah.
Yeah. I get that a lot. What's your favorite color?
The goblin's gonna slowly look to Ace. She always like this?
We're new here, bruh.
Is Tahirih the character Sarah is? Yeah, that's why her name's Tahirih. I need to stop reading chat.
At this point, I want to be known that, like, up till now, Ren has shown very little emotion, but now he's trying so hard not to laugh at just Tahirih tormenting this goblin.
Roll me a performance check.
Damn it.
Try to keep him laughing.
Should have said that. 16.
Roll me a perception check, Tahirih.
And oh, dear shit.
You don't see shit. All right, so you're able to conceal your laughter, Ren, very easily because Tahirih is way too focused on this goblin.
After a while, she just like starts to read her book and hum quietly to herself
Oh.
as they're walking along.
The goblin's just gonna like grumble under his breath.
Ren's gonna call up to the goblin asking how much further.
We're almost there.
What's your name?
Think of names for these guys.
That was a look.
I was like, this?
That's gonna be gift later.
That's exactly how she asked it too, with a stupid fucking smile.
But that look was the DM will remember this later.
I'm trying to think of a name for this guy.
I fucking hate my character already. I hate her
No.
so much. I'm like, will you shut up? But she won't.
He just looks at you. Flint.
And I like it. I'm sorry I cast Bane on you. I just keep walking.
What is wrong with you?
We're gonna have to keep an eye on more than just the goblin here, aren't we? And I'll say that to Ren.
I don't know. I'm enjoying all of this. Part of me hopes she keeps it up to the point where he just tells us everything, just to make her stop.
Well, yeah, because you guys only got a little bit of information out of him. You still have no idea why they captured Grundon and Sildar.
I actually kind of want to walk up closer to Tahirih and ask if she'll keep doing that just until he cracks.
Doing what?
Get to know him more.
I would love to know my friend more.
And he's gonna just fall back to the back of the group again.
And this is where I'm just gonna get towards it. I'm like, if you tell us everything you know, I'll do everything I can to keep her away from you.
We're gonna be best.
Anodyne
Ace, roll me a persuasion check.
We're going to be.
Oh, this is gonna be pure charisma. Please, 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 please. Net 20!
Damn it.
I was gonna
Six.
say I could get advantage because I'm annoying as fuck, but okay.
Six net 20s tonight so far. God damn, you guys.
I'm fully getting ready to throw her at the robot.
All right. Flint will definitely oblige to your offer, Ace. And I don't want to hurt my throat anymore with his voice because I hate it. He will tell you that the bugbear, Clark, that Tahirih mentioned, had received a messenger goblin from King Roll, who apparently is the king of these goblins, but he doesn't live with them. A few days ago, the messenger told him that someone named the Black Spider was paying the Cragmaws to watch out for the dwarf Gundren Rockseeker, to capture him, and to send him and anything that he was carrying back to Kingwall. Clark followed through with his orders, and Gundren was ambushed, along with Sildar. He has been delivered to Kingwall as instructed. His companion Sildar is being held in the Eating Cave at the Cragmaw hideout. So you get the idea that Gundren is not going to be at the hideout, but Sildar is.
Before Ace tries to pull me away to fulfill his promise, I will run in front of the goblin, stop him, and put my hands on his shoulders and look very serious and say, "This is very important. Is he fluffy?" The bugbear.
Too fluffy.
The bugbear. Is he super fluffy?
No.
Oh. No, it's okay.
What's wrong with you?
And then I'll just go back to
What's wrong with her?
Talos, you're all metal, huh?
Metal, wood, various other parts.
But no flesh?
That is debated. Some believe my kind were once human or something of the like. He isn't just a warforged, he is hench. He's built like a football player, and he actually has two horns that extend from his I guess they call it face plate. He has like two horns. It looks like an Oni mask, but without like the scary teeth.
Okay.
It's like the dingy skin from over that Oni face.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink. I'm gonna let you guys keep role playing.
Ren's gonna go up to Tahirih and slide her a piece of gold just for being that effective on the goblin.
What's this for?
Being you.
Okay. Put that in my inventory.
Pardon me,
Was
sorry.
I removed from the goblin? Was that established?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was established that you were like
Yeah,
forcefully pulled
Ace
away.
is doing everything he can to make sure you stay away from Flint.
Alright, I'm just checking. I just didn't
Yeah,
know if I was
Ace has
removed.
kept up his side of the deal since Flint told him everything that you guys needed to know. He is now.
There's no restraining
Oh,
order.
there's one more thing I forgot to tell you guys about King Groll. He resides at Cragmar Castle, which he provided you guys the basic directions to it. It's about 20 miles northeast of the hideout in the Neverwinter Wood itself. And would any of you here be residents of Neverwinter?
No.
Probably not.
All right, so none of you are local.
Maybe? I don't know.
Nope.
Somehow you knew about Clark the Bugbear, so do make me a history check, Tahirih.
I have an awesome patron who loves, God, who just tells me shit. It's fine.
I was visiting a friend.
History 16. I can pretty well because my history is shit.
Yeah, that is actually pretty well. What you know about the Neverwinter? It is dense. It is thick forest, dummy thick.
Oh yeah.
Three C's.
And it's full of creepy crawlies, all sorts of monsters, and you did hear rumors about some sort of castle that resides in the Neverwinter Wood itself.
So there's like lots of trees, and it's like super crowded with weird things, but there's like a fairy princess castle full of monsters. I think.
Aren't they all?
This has been a great night.
I have
Tell-
a Tahirih music playlist because I always do that for my characters, and this shit is bubbly as fuck.
I hear Cyndi Lauper in the background. I can tell.
I just
I'll
want to
turn
have
it
fun.
down, but yes, there is Cyndi Lauper playing right now.
I heard the beginning of Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Come on. You've seen how Tahirih behaves. Are you surprised?
It's gonna be interesting.
If I catch glimpses of Barbie girl, I'm done with you. If I hear
Think of
Aqua
that
anywhere in
one.
the playlist,
Wait.
What about Aqua? Thank you.
no.
Oh, I'm so
My
good for all this.
God.
Instead of the phone rings, it would be sending in the middle of the night. My mommy yells when you gonna roll your dice right. I'll have a parody by the end of the day.
There, Talos, like with all the shenanigans, Talos, he can't emote. There's not enough face there. But he has like narrowed his eyes as if he is like already done with this shit.
Well,
If there was a tired robot face, that is.
I mean, K2SO couldn't emote very well, and you could definitely tell the emotions on his face.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, I'm now looking for my K2SO, which is somewhere around here. Oh, there he is.
K2SO is sitting over on my dresser.
I will say, since she's been removed from the goblin, she's slowly tapping on Talos's leg with a stick. To see
Ting,
if it makes a
ting.
beating sound.
ting.
Just gotta
Basically this sound.
Yes.
His head slowly turns to her. Can I help?
You sound cool. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding.
I imagine I'm. Why are you poking me with a stick?
Tapping out a beat.
I'm at the roll performance again to see if I'm containing myself.
Do it again.
Because I'm just at this point, like, I'm enjoying all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, another question. Is she actually tapping out a beat, or is she just slapping a beat?
Are you actually tapping his leg?
I'm trying to drum like a child.
on a moving leg?
Tahirih, also roll me a performance check to see if you can keep a beat.
I rolled a 6, by the way.
Oh, you fail at containing your laughter at this point.
I rolled a dirty 20 because my performance is +4.
I think the fact that she hit the beat is what makes him just lose it and just laugh.
Better than I expected.
I apologize, Talos, but you had to admit there is a little humor in all of this.
We are not too far away from the pit.
Yeah, you guys are about... Yeah, pit's only like half mile away. He can probably throw you there.
You're also a robot, are you?
Hmm?
Ace, you're not also a robot, are you?
Oh yeah, because you guys realize that Ace has never taken his mask off.
Oh no.
Ace, do you have any skin showing at all? Like, God forbid, some wrist showing in this Victorian era.
ankle.
I saw
Ankle.
Okay, y'all remember how thirsty fangirls got because they saw the Mandalorian's wrist in the first episode. Bare wrist.
You're not wrong.
Because we know who's under it. We knew whose wrist that was.
No, pretty much the picture in the group is as close as what it could be for Ace.
Right, so no skin showing at all. So everyone just roll me a general intelligence check.
That's gonna go great.
This is gonna be terrible. Oh, great.
Well, he wasn't terrible. 16.
Ooh, 19.
16, 19,
8.
8.
This particular dice sends me on a journey when it hits the track.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Anodyne, what did you get for your intelligence check? 6?
Hey, I don't feel
All
as
right.
bad.
Tahirih and Talos, you're pretty sure that Ace is mortal, not Warforged or anything. Talos, you know for a fact that he's not Warforged, because you are Warforged. Ren, you're not really sure? Like, you think he could be either? Anodyne is convinced that Ace is probably a Warforged as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he'll hear Anodyne's question. He'll like turn his head to like look over. Ace says he's like he's scanning him. He's not, but look like he is. No, he is not kin.
Roll me a persuasion check, Anodyne. Talos, and Anodyne, if you wish to believe it or not, is your decision.
Another 19. Damn.
Alright, so Talos is telling the truth. He is 100% certain that Ace is not Warforged, but once again, it's still up to Anodyne if they want to believe it or not.
You try and make me into a. You try and use me as a drum. I'm pinning you to a tree.
Mean. That's just mean.
Do you ever show skin or?
Did you ever take a bath?
I do, yeah.
There's your answer.
Do you just are you shy? Do you have like scars or something?
Is this a game of 20 questions?
We got time.
Hey, you guys still have a little bit of a ways before I take you guys into the first encounter of this new part of the quest.
Alice, give me a piggyback ride.
You're gonna have to roll a persuasion on that.
Or I can just say it over and over and over again until you get annoyed.
What? Piggyback ride.
Of everything, I'm actually good at persuasion. Why did you have to roll low? 11.
What would that be? Just go with it.
I mean, honestly, it's like.
Yeah, no. No, I rolled a wisdom save to see if I would know better. Yeah, I rolled a natural 20. My wisdom save? So that's
7
a
tonight!
No. That
7!
is a solid no.
Alice, give me a piggyback ride.
No.
Alice, give me a piggyback ride. Alice, give me a piggyback ride. This is just going to continue in the background while the rest of you are doing your RP stuff. I'm just letting you know now.
And he's not going to pay you a single bit of attention. That is the advantage of being a robot. He can literally tune you out.
It's like my grandfather just turning off hearing aids. just, no, I don't want to listen to this today. He was a great man. He was a wonderful man. He just didn't always like listening to his wife.
You've broken the DM.
This is one interesting night.
Broken video.
This is gonna be a great campaign in November.
I kind of want to keep Tahirih in it because
Please do.
like
Just for Ren's entertainment, please do.
Didn't realize how much chaos she wants. Here's the thing. She has a charisma of 18. I think it's just she's such a force of personality. You can't not like her.
Oh my god. Tahirih and Ace are equivalent to Han and Lando. I have no modifiers in my charisma. Yeah, I got that 20.
During Tahiri's tormenting of Talos, I'm just gonna walk up to Anodyne being like, any regrets on joining this group yet?
Oh, no. This is actually quite entertaining.
Okay, just making sure I'm the only one.
Oh, you do have regrets?
Oh, no. I'm entertained immensely by this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a lot going on, so I'm glad to have a distraction.
Hopefully the lot going on isn't going to be a distraction once we get to this place, right?
Oh, no.
Alright, good.
Much further in the future.
And I'm just mumbling underneath my voice, like, why does this place have to be so far away?
Talos likes to turn his head to Anodyne. Are you recovering well?
Oh, yeah. Was that you? Did you bring me back from the
Affirmative.
death? I gotta ask a question here.
You may ask.
What is the nature of your existence?
A complicated question.
Yes. I don't know if I can heal you, but you can heal me.
I am what your people call a paladin.
Yes. And I am technically a cleric.
Though I am not flesh, I have life. Your healing will be sufficient.
I can use my magic that I would use to heal, say, Ren here, and he sort of like whaps you on the shoulder, Ren. That'll work on you. We don't have to like recharge your system, or
That is self-maintained. Your healing will be sufficient.
oh, all right. Good to know if we'll get in the thick of it.
If I sustain major bodily damage, take me to the nearest artificer. They should be able to make the proper repairs.
All right.
Good to
I
know.
surprisingly know exactly where the closest ones are.
Should get a sticker saying, if broken, return to Artificer.
Half editing to this person.
I imagine my original creator is long dead.
Do you happen to know how old you are?
He kind of like tilts his head. 1,243 years.
I feel like a child next to you.
I
Like-
have been
Flint speaks up. Fuck, you're old.
I have been conscious for approximately 1 year. I was discovered in a tomb with others like myself. The rest were destroyed. I am all that remains of my unit. I do not know my original function, but according to my specifications, it is conceived that I was a warrior of some sort. The one who discovered me emblazoned this mark of one of your deities upon my chest, and I was reawakened.
So,
Aren't you just a walking mystery?
I have been told as much. People have even given me a strange title, I've traveled from many villages. They call me Iron Wanderer.
Ah. Can I roll a history check to know if I've heard of this?
Yeah, kind of want to do the same.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a history check.
13.
14.
13 and 14.
Yeah.
The fuck was that?
Oh, sorry, I used the automatic dice because I'm too lazy to get up.
Oh, that's okay. I'd say you guys have gotten a. You've heard rumors of the Iron Wanderer.
He shows up.
You'd hear stories of. Some people thought it was like somebody just clad in all armor that would just wander around to different towns all around up and down the Sword Coast. Some would speak of a Warforged, which Talos clearly the Warforged in front of you.
What are the chances these are both the Iron Wanderer? I'm gonna whisper to Ren. Not so subtly.
I mean, we could push him in the water, see which one rests.
Wait, are you talking about Talos and Ace?
I'm just curious if like people have called both of them the Iron Wanderer.
I'd say you would get the idea that probably people are referring to Talos. Because when they mentioned the Iron Wanderer, they mentioned just this tall individual clad in armor.
How tall is Ace?
How tall is Talos?
He's around 6'5", 6'3".
5'7".
Yeah, no. So,
Definitely not Ace.
Yeah, I think it might be Talos.
Well, is Talos what you prefer to be called? Because I'll call you whatever you want, bud.
it is the designation I was given by the voice of a god that appears on my chest.
Pick me up.
At this point, I think Tahirih is clinging to your leg, Talos, and she's just every time you take a step, she's dragged along. It's kind of like sadness from Inside Out.
I'm sorry, that's just hilarious.
I'm just picturing like the child grabbing their parent. I
Yeah.
don't want to walk.
Tahirih the Taller.
Talos will look down at her. What is the magic word?
What?
What is the magic word?
I'm assuming you mean please.
There's so many.
Exactly.
He'll when she says it, he'll like pick her up by the back of her like cloak and then set her on his shoulders.
Thank you.
He even has horns for her to grab onto, which I regret now. But yes.
From a logical standpoint, it is beneficial for you to carry her. It'll mean she keeps up with us more.
Oh, you did pick her up?
He relented.
yeah.
Oh, he caved. I was actually going to offer, but...
Well, no, he didn't cave. He made her say please, and then did it. Because all she was doing was just telling him to give her a piggyback ride, and didn't say so. This is like, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna say please. He has standards.
She was gonna say something else when you said the magic word, but realized that most people don't see it as magic word, so left it alone.
Please do not Bane hex me.
Can I do a perception?
Just like figure something out in like what would you know what it would be? It was the undercommon. It's like abyssal or something like blah, 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 blah. What?
What?
Come again.
I'm sorry?
Can I roll perception to see if Flint's acting any stranger as we're getting closer?
Yeah, roll me a perception.
Yeah, crap.
Sorry, guys,
11.
I just.
Natural 1?
Got a
You know, we
natural.
gotta balance out the 8 natural 20s. It's fine.
He doesn't seem to be acting unusual in any way.
Hmm.
Sorry, guys, I just got hit with just this weird bout of drowsiness. Oof.
Yeah,
It happens.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my eyes open. Let me say, expending player energy versus expending DM energy are two completely different experiences.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We get you.
It's only 2 hours in and I'm already fucking drained.
It happens, man.
But yeah. I want to make sure you guys at least get, like, part way into at least the hideout before we end tonight.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Just no pushing yourself.
I think I've got, like, another hour left in me.
Okay.
I'm probably.
I'm definitely trying to give you guys as much time to role play and character develop as you can, so that when we turn this into a campaign, you have established characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I say we could probably move on a little bit from this. You guys continue on until now. Following the Goblin's Trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. So I'm going to see if I can kind of... Because I can't share my whole map with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to sketch out what's on here. So...
Talos, can you see in the dark?
That is excellent question. Don't think I have dark.
That
I
moment,
know.
that moment we hear the robot going, scanning. File not found.
Technically, I have other things. I have
You have Cylon vision.
no. I have
Watch your red light flicker back and forth.
You guys can see that?
Yes.
Alright, so you guys are at the X.
Yes.
This is the stream leading into the mouth of the cave. You can't really see it well here, but there is a kind of narrow path leading into it.
Okay.
This is some briar thicket next to you guys. And then across the stream is... You don't see this clearing here, but you do see the start of just this huge and thick briar patch.
All right.
Goes around that way.
I do have divine sense. I don't know if that would be any help.
Explain to me again what Divine Sense does.
As an action, you can take good and evil. Until the end of your turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not mindful cover.
You do not sense any divine or undead nearby.
All right. That's a sort. That is a sort of good sign.
Detect no undead or demons.
That's good to know.
Right. From the looks of it, you see that huge briar patch thicket that is right across from the stream. There is no way into it. You do see that what looks like might be a bit of a clearing up towards the cave entrance, but it could just easily curve around as well.
All right, Flint. Before we go walking into this, what should we know?
You're here.
Usually guards patrolling near that thicket. There's a little alcove inside it. It's right near the entrance.
Hold on, gotta do an impulse check. Okay, I guess I'm doing it. Thank you, Thicket. You've been really helpful. Can I go to hit him in the back of the neck with the pommel of my sword? Try to knock him out?
It's certainly try. Roll me an attack.
Just because we don't want to scream that we're here.
Since you're not using the blade,
Yeah.
I would say this would count as an unarmed strike, but
Okay.
do add on your modifier from your sword.
Okay.
And you're doing this as non-lethal?
Yes. Just to knock him out.
Okay.
22.
Alright, and roll me non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage. That would be... What is it? Okay. I've never been happy for low rolls. 4.
That does not knock him out all the way.
Oh, lovely.
What are you doing?
Trying to keep you quiet so you don't tell all your friends we're here.
I think he was trying to do this, and I'll whap him over the head with a boomerang, but like non-lethally.
Roll me your attack.
Tahirih's sitting on Talos and just goes, "Hey, that's my friend."
11.
11 will not hit.
Damn it.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna put this guy to sleep. He's too slippery.
I have no spells that can knock this guy out. Anyone else?
I have Create Bonfire, but I don't think that's gonna have the same effect that we want.
That's a very alternative effect. Actually... No, let it go.
Can I keep a lookout now that everybody is screaming and hitting the goblin? Can I just look around?
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out while everyone's beating the shit out of the goblin.
That's a fucking journey. This dice is weird. 12.
You don't seem to see anything, Tahirih.
Okay.
I rolled a person as well. I rolled a 22.
Alright, Talos, you get the feeling you think you see eyes, 2 sets of eyes, staring at your group through that thicket.
I believe we have been spotted.
Ooh, by who?
I see eyes. Not there.
I don't see anything.
You said you can create bonfires, right?
Yep.
Last I checked.
An arrow flies out from the thicket, striking Flint.
See, that's what I wanted to do. Just not lethally.
And it ends up killing him.
Hey, that was my
He
friend!
drops.
Oh no.
Can I see? Do we have an idea as to where the arrow came from?
It came from the thicket.
Can I cast Spare the Dying on Flynn?
He's already dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll attempt it, but I'll be like,
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm just gonna.
You accidentally cast it at last second, like last minute, and it doesn't take effect.
I'm just gonna like cling on to Talos's something on his head, whatever, and just lean out, and then just randomly shoot an Eldritch Blast towards it, yelling, "Sacred name!"
Roll me an attack with disadvantage. Because these guards are considered half cover.
No. 9.
Nah, it just blasts off the front of the briar thicket.
Yeah, I figured.
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
How did I get again? Seriously?
22.
Terrible.
20.
I'm sorry, what was that, Talos?
15.
Alright. Anodyne?
20, but not natural.
Alright. Ren?
15.
Tahirih?
Also 15.
Tahirih, what's your dex score?
+2.
Ren?
Same.
Alright, roll me competing rolls. Just roll d20s.
Rolled a 6.
13.
Alright, Ren's gonna go first. Ace.
22.
22. Okay, so it's gonna go Ace, Anodyne. Oh wait, Talos, you rolled a 15 as well?
Yeah,
Alright, what's your dex?
0.
Alright, so you're gonna go after a Tahirih. Is it then Ren, Tahirih, and then Talos? And then the 2 goblins.
Tahirih reminds me of...
I gotta look up something real quick. You guys start planning your battle strategy.
Yep.
I am very sweet.
I am very sweet. Kitty! People stop dying!
Please.
Oh, we did the wrong tube!
I hate that.
Bad evolutionary thing.
Yeah.
Dominant species on the planet can't breathe if something goes on the wrong tube.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how we spread this on species. That problem.
I think something
Does.
similar every time I trip over air. And we're the apex predators. Bam!
Yeah.
Thing where you like spill liquid that you're drinking without like the hole in your lip kind of thing.
Yes.
Yep.
I do that frequently.
All right.
Or I'll choke on like my own saliva.
Alright. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. You guys do see 2 goblinoid figures appear in the lush thicket of the briar patch. They do appear to have half cover, so that means they do get a +2 to their AC.
Okay.
Alright. I couldn't remember how cover worked at first. That's why I had to hear you roll at disadvantage at first.
Oh, that's fine.
But
I
since
imagine
they
it-
are half cover, they have a +2 to their AC.
Out
Plus,
of our
if she can't see it, it makes sense for it to be disadvantaged.
Yeah.
plushies hanging on by one hand to a
Alright.
person.
Or sort of is halfling on my head.
Alright.
Can't
Top of the
roll my
round, Ace.
Alright. I'll be. Ace would be charging over towards the thicket and.
Don't forget there is a 5-foot wide stream in front of this thicket.
Okay.
You have to trudge through water, and you guys are still roughly 30 feet away from the thicket itself,
Okay.
with a 5-foot wide stream in front of it.
Would I be able to jump over the stream?
You'll land right in a briar patch.
Jumping 5 feet in full plate. 5 feet.
You can try, but you'll land right into a briar patch. And And like I said, this is thick briar. Like how the reason these goblins are able to maneuver around it easily is because they live here.
Alright. All I got is my lance, which is a 10-foot reach. So.
If it's a 10-foot reach, since it's only 5 feet across the stream, you could probably stand on the side of the stream and just lunge it forward into the brush itself, and the general idea where you think one of these goblins is.
Okay. Yeah.
I will let you do that.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Alright, roll me an attack.
I got a 23.
Okay, that hits. Roll me damage.
Eight.
stab right through this goblin and kill him.
Yes.
Right. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Nope.
Alright, moving on. Anodyne.
Really?
You are 30 feet away. You watched as Ace rushed forward and just lunged his lance into the thicket itself and ended up impaling one of the goblins.
I see them like where they're at, even though they're.
Yeah, you can see the outline of where this guy is. You'll just know that it's going to be a little harder to hit him because the half cover that he has.
Need an AoE spell.
I'd say he's about roughly 10 feet away from the goblin that was just killed, making it probably about maybe 10 to 15 feet away from he's nowhere near Ace.
If I can see like even partially where he is, I can just cast bonfire on him. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Because it targets. You create a bonfire on the ground. Oh, I guess can I see the ground beneath him?
This is dense briar thicket.
Right. Okay.
So you wouldn't know where his feet are standing. God, I'm really trying to keep my eyes open now. What the fuck?
I know, right?
Did anybody else just get hit with a wave of exhaustion?
I was. Almost...
I get that a lot when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's the battery
Yeah.
drain.
Yeah.
Oh, my battery is changed. I don't want to have to end this early, but god damn.
No, you gotta do you.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, do what you
Yeah.
gotta do. If we gotta put it. If
Well,
we gotta call it
this
quits,
will put you guys right at the beginning of the Kragmaw hideout, which is a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, how far?
We
away...
could always just chill out and chat after this.
How far
Yeah,
is?
do what you need to do.
How far is what?
How far is the dude from me?
The goblin is about 30 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm a human. So I have 30 feet of movement. I'll walk right over to him.
Alright, you will be standing in a stream. I'll
Okay.
say it's only about a foot deep, but it is 5 feet across, so you are trudging through water, which will slow you down slightly, but I won't say that it gives you half movement, because it's a slow trickling stream.
Okay, and I just have like water on my boots.
Yeah.
That's okay, because even if I just need to get close enough that I can pop it. So if he's within 5 feet, I'll use my mace. And if he's within 10 feet, I'll use my boomerang.
Alright, I'll say he's within 5 feet of you if you go right up to the edge of the thicket.
Oh, so
He just has a +2 to his AC because of the cover.
10, which is not high enough.
Unfortunately, no.
I'll swing it on this, and as a bonus action, I will curse loudly.
Alright, that is Anodyne's turn. Ren, it is your turn. You are still 30 feet away. You just watched Anodyne swing into the thicket, and whatever they were trying to attack, they unfortunately missed.
So, just so I can make sure. Is the goblin in the actual thicket or behind it?
In the actual thicket itself, in the
Okay.
brush,
Okay.
able to gain cover from it.
Okay. You said that Anodyne's just like right outside of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll run up to the general area that he's in.
Okay. You run up alongside to where he's standing.
Yep. And I will try to hit the hiding goblin
All right.
with my great sword.
Roll me an attack.
Lame. I'm assuming a 16 does not hit it.
Unfortunately, no, it does not hit. You're 1 point off.
Go figure.
Yeah.
I blame the giant sword.
Yeah, unfortunately, you swing and you miss, and you just don't hit anything. You cut some of the bramble and everything, but it doesn't like cut away enough to like reveal
All
him
right.
and remove his cover. But yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, that'll probably be all I can do.
alrighty. Oh Jesus Christ! Why am I yawning? Okay, after Ren is Tahiri.
Yep. And we can't quite see them, right?
No,
Like we can see them, but not really.
you can see them, but you're pretty sure that they have some cover.
Then, while riding on my Warforged stallion, I'm going to hold the Toll the Dead for when I see one.
Alrighty. So Toll the Dead is being held until Tahiri sees a goblin. That'll bring us to Talos. What do you do?
Ride on, my noble steed!
First, I remove the Tahiri from my head,
Damn it!
set her on the ground, so that I may retrieve one of my javelin, and I will sort of take special aim at where people are trying to stab this goblin. And I am going to use the yeet stick.
The yeet stick.
$17.
17 just hits.
And that is 8 piercing damage.
Once again, you impale a goblin and jam it further into the bramble and the brush.
So Ren and Ace, you guys are trying to fight. What the fuck is this going?
Yeah, a javelin just passes between two of you and impales the fucker.
Here.
Starting to think his name should now become Goblin Slayer. 'Cause this is 2. He's done that too.
Anodyne, I mean, not Ace. I am tired.
Oh, I was like, wait, huh?
Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all look the same to him. Us
I'm
organics,
very
we all look the
tired
same.
now.
These damned organics. Only know this one's different because he's small.
And this is how we learn that Talos saw us all the same.
Yeah.
And before Talos is actually Bender.
Since that one's dead, can I investigate to make sure nothing is coming from the mouth of the cave while everyone else does what they're doing? Because I'm assuming that we are out of combat.
Roll me investigation check.
Investigation. 9.
You don't get the sense that anything else is near the mouth of the cave for now.
Alright, that's good.
Alright.
I retrieve my javelin.
Alright.
Well, I got 5 of these things. I need to keep track of them.
You retrieve your javelin?
Yep.
Alright. Is there anything else anyone would like to do? Because I hate to say this, I might have to cut it right here because I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open.
All I think Ren would do is suggest that we hide the bodies in the patch so that no one happens upon them.
I go over to the body of my goblin friend Flynn and pray to my god to make him happy in the deep abyss of death.
On my screen, Sarah's below Paige. That makes it better. Like, please, God.
He's got it. And Paige is a good example of her god just face planting into their
That needs to be gift.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
And then she just goes back to the group. Like nothing happened.
That's about right.
Alright. Anything else anyone else would like to do? I hate being tired so suddenly.
No.
Damn.
What you said.
Stop it.
I keep yawning, probably good.
What, Anodyne?
Oh, I said I keep yawning, so I'm probably okay.
Okay. Alright. So I'd say this is a good stopping point. I'll say as you guys take the time to hide these bodies, that's when you come across the goblin blind where these two were stationed. They would not have noticed you if your failed attempts to kill Flint had not failed.
Yeah.
What you had found was just on the east side of the stream, flowing from the cave mouth. A small area in the briar thickets has been hollowed out to form a lookout or a blind. Wooden planks flatten out the briars and provide room for guards to lie hidden and watch the area, which is where they were hidden.
Alright. Good to know.
All right. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Just a quick last shot of you guys are currently investigating around this little guard post. You don't really find much except like some old scraps of beef jerky and all that. The camera, I guess, will kind of slowly make its way into the cavern itself. There's the trickling of water, the falling of rocks, and the dripping of water onto rocks. Goblin chatter. It sounds like the howls of wolves itself, where it finally stops in the eating cave, where the human companion of Grundon, Sildar, sits in there, bound and blindfolded. And that's where we're gonna stop this for tonight, because I cannot keep my fucking eyes open.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yay!
You did
Fun.
quite a good job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very
This-
good.
I apologize for my chaos.
Nothing.
Oh my god, it's fine.
I want to
Apologize.
say...
I'm guessing I wasn't prepared to have such a chaotic character that my battery went from like a 100% to 5%.
I think Tahirih
She's
drained us
tired.
all.
I think Tahirih is like a vampire.
She's
energy.
exhausted.
Which is fine, 'cause I actually enjoyed all of it.
Because I was
Oh my
starting
God.
to feel drained from this. I'm like, oh my god, why?